Every 42 seconds, someone's arrested for marijuana.
Say it like you mean it.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana, Lefty. And you're not one of them. You're not one of them.
You must be stoned.
I am stoned.
Good for you.
I am stoned.
I got a present for Poe.
Really?
I'm gonna give Poe his present. You
no,
want
not
your
here.
present?
You can't give blowjobs in the street like that.
Can I give you a blowjob here? No.
And CMMJ. Thank everyone for coming out. I suppose you know that this is an overwhelming experience for me. I haven't smoked pot in 6 or 8 months or something like that. And I'm mildly bugged out, but I want you to all have a fucking good time. I do want to smoke marijuana with everyone. You need to understand though that it's fucking it's bugging my head out and I don't really even know how to stand in front of it. But whatever, but it's really nice that everyone's coming out here. We can smoke marijuana outside.
I'm hating the fact he got us out here in this cold, and I'm gonna hate the fact that we can't medicate up in there.
I love everything about Poe. He's real purple. That's really Poe.
What do you hate about Poe?
Poe's gonna start doing porn. Did you know that Poe's gonna do porn? And gay porn pays so much more money. And I guarantee that Poe's gonna get into gay porn. So that's yeah, he's in it for the money. And his girlfriend's gonna be really upset when he starts letting these guys whack off all over him and squirt their stuff all over his face and stuff. She's not gonna want, to be making out with him after he might be liking that and slurping it up. Who knows? That might be the only thing I might not like about Poe.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Please give a warm Philadelphia welcome to your guest of honor, the man who not only invented marijuana, but single-handedly legalized it, Mr. N.A. Poe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a collection of comedians, absolutely bound for stardom, just like the Challenger was. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the N.A. Poe Roast Dance! Mr. Alex Perlman, Mr. Steve Slaughter, Dr. Reverend Brian Fennell, as he falls off the stage with his blood disease, life's ugly money problem, commonly known as lump. Corey Cohen, Mike Salvi, possessor of his own world, a la Mormonism. And Dave, the ADHD kid, Piccolamini. Clap it up for everybody. Oh, and Omar Scruggs, arriving late as the blacks are known to do. All right. Your first roaster tonight is a shoe-in without nominee for Best Comedic Storyteller in all the city of Philadelphia.
I fucking hate you.
He's a man who's tall. He's a man who has red hair. And you know what? If he had one fan for every spike he has, he would be the most famous comedian in the entire world. Please give a hot, high welcome to your friend and mine, Mr. Alex Perlman.
Thank you, Steve Miller. As you guys can see, Steve Miller is dressed as the pre-gentrified fishtown Santa Claus. He just wanted to come out here. So, if you guys don't know, Steve Miller has had more shots taken at him by Asian men than he's a Virginia Tech student. We got a wonderful dais full of people here that you guys have never fucking heard of in your entire life. We got, we got a white guy, black guy, Jew. I don't know what Mike Salvi is. We'll go libertarian, midget, black guy. It's great. I feel it's just so amazing. I was a little jealous when I heard that Poe was gonna get roasted. And I looked on Facebook and it said there's 325 people who are gonna attend. And I said it was a pot party, so about 100 is about right. And, but I was so jealous. And then I looked at this crowd and I was like, nah, I'm doing pretty good. But no, we have a great dais here. We have Brian Fennell. You guys might remember Brian Fennell as that guy that overcharged you for tires. We have Lump. We have Corey Cohen. Corey's growing out a ponytail right now because, a ponytail is what you do when you can't get a personality. And We have Dave Piccolomini over here. Dave had a few thoughts this morning. His first thought was, don't let my parents down. And then he woke up and realized he'd already failed his day. But that brings us to the man of the hour, Poe. I first met N.A. Poe at Occupy Philadelphia. Round of applause. Who remembers Occupy Philadelphia? I'll never forget when I met Poe there. Poe was there. He was dating a girl who was just over 18, but under 21. He was doing nothing with his life, but he had big dreams, and she believed in him. So nothing's really changed. The only difference now is instead of Poe living at his mom's house, now his mom just pays for his new apartment. That's the big difference. Poe's been written up by so many different magazines over the years. Was it High Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, Philadelphia Weekly, and my absolute favorite was the Delco Times. The Delco Times wrote up Poe. They were speaking about how don't be proud of that place at all. No, you're cheering it like it's something. I'm from Delco. I went to Delaware County Community College. I know. That's why I live in South Philly and my girlfriend pays for my house. Delco Times wrote up about Poe. They said, this guy thinks he's going to change the world. He goes by N.A. Poe, but his real name is Richard Tamacchio, which is true. That's his real name. His real name is Richard Tamacchio. Poe got so high, he thought calling himself Poe would work. But the good news is, you guys got so high that it did. But you know what? Honestly, Poe, you've done a lot of great things for this city. You've been able to make it all about you. You've been able to let me show my parents, hey, credits don't matter. And lastly, you've given me, I'm engaged now, and my fiance asked me, she said, who do you want at the wedding? And I said, not N.A. Poe. And she said, I do too. And it's just a good feeling. And I just want to thank you so much for being just the world's biggest bag of shit. And I really wish you were a black guy and you got choked out on the street.
Every 42 seconds, someone's arrested for marijuana. I love that he's young and he's starting a movement, trying to get everybody involved with the social media.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I don't know too much personally about him, so I can't say.
Oh, come on, it's a roast. You could say something. Is
No.
Harry back? Maybe it's Harry back.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
I don't know.
He's a good guy starting a movement.
Nice. What do you hate about him, though?
He never smoked with me yet. What's up?
What are you here for, sir?
Here to get drugs. Here for the drugs.
What do you love about Poe?
I love that Poe's a very generous person.
And what do you hate about Poe?
I hate that Poe's a very generous person.
What do you love about Poe?
Poe, I only met Poe a few times, but I liked how he takes the forefront and is outspoken on marijuana issues. Yeah, I guess so.
What do you hate about Poe?
I don't know. I don't hate anybody. I really don't.
He hates Poe for not letting him whack him off.
I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next roaster is a man by the name of Omar J. Scruggs. And you're about to ask me, who's Omar J. Scruggs? Well, you know, when I think of Omar J. Scruggs, I think Omar J. Scruggs is a lot like the Philadelphia Sixers because he's mostly black and the only way he gets women to fuck him is by getting them to believe the ridiculous lie that they're in the NBA. Wah wah. A sports joke in a room full of stoners. Thank you, guy in the Oakland Athletics hat. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Omar Scruggs.
Sports jokes. How about those Eagles? All right, never mind. Cowboys fans, how you doing, Poe? I didn't see you today. How's it going? Cool. All right. I met Poe. I don't really have anything bad, these stories, but a couple stories. Anyway, I met Poe like 4 years ago. I'm at an open mic. He starts talking to me after the show, and he starts telling me about all these crazy ideas. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm listening, whatever. Me and another comedian, Jamil, we walk away, and we both look at each other at the exact same time and say, that motherfucker was an undercover cop, right? That's what we thought, yeah. Sorry, that's what we thought. But then eventually I got to talk to him more, and he took me to his podcast, The Panic Hour, and I said, okay, he's not an undercover cop, he's just a crazy motherfucker, but I kind of fuck with him because I agree with a lot of the shit he's talking about. I feel like Poe is going to really change the world one day. You're going to help us discover some things we never knew, like did they really conceal a UFO landing in Roswell? You know? How many shooters were there with Kennedy? Was there somebody on that grassy knoll? Like, Poe was gonna solve all this shit one day. It's not even joke, it's honest. But Poe was that guy, you know, every black guy needs that one white friend that just can get him out of shit, and Poe was that guy for me. I feel like if my back is against the wall and I need a white guy, I'm like, yo, fuck it, get Poe on the line. Like, no one sharp than fuck him, no, Poe. Yeah, it's better weed to sharp. But no, I love Renee Poe. Like, he's done a lot for me, man. You know, he's put me on the shows, podcasts, But my favorite thing, I got to go to a porn convention and meet some of my favorite porn stars because of this man. Fellas, please show this man love for that. Yes.
And ladies like porn too.
And the ladies too. Jada Stevens, I will literally eat your butt. Okay. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I don't know, but I don't know. I really think Poe's gonna start some shit moving forward. Like, maybe like we finally found out where the fuck Wilder was at. He was hidden by the government to keep us distracted from their tyranny they're running right now. It's gonna be Poe's theory on that. But in all honesty, man, I'm glad you're here. You've been a good friend. Continue to be a good friend in the future. I know we got some big things ahead of us. You my man. I got you. Anything short of a kitty, like I told you before, I'm the man to call, and you've honestly done more for me than my own mother, and I thank you for that. And they go.
Clap it up for Omar shit. His mother must be a real bag of shit.
I love that he's thinner than me. I don't mean there. But what I hate about him...
Yeah, what do you hate about Poe?
Is I think he's a family member now.
Oh, God, yes.
So I get to treat him like one. I can't wait till he comes over.
Why is he a family member?
I gave him the best pussy in the world. I gave him his first son, Caligula. Yes, that was from me. I produced that.
You can't call his son a pussy.
He's a pussy just like his father.
Here today.
I plan on getting fucked up. I plan on getting so fucked up, Hunter Thompson would be jealous.
What do you love about Poe?
He's a good guy. I appreciate what he does. He's taken pretty much a bullet for us. He couldn't smoke for a year just to help us get decriminalized here, and I appreciate that. That's good.
What do you hate about Poe?
Oh, nothing yet. He's always been nice to me. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him.
What about a hairy back? His hairy back?
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
What do you like about Poe?
He seems funny. I saw his Walmart video.
What do you hate about Poe?
I don't hate him because I don't hate anybody and I don't really know him, but I'd like to learn more.
Oh, so once you get to know him, you think you might hate him?
That's always possible.
Probably.
I heard his cock is huge.
Yes, I heard.
No, I'm just making that up.
Look,
I'm just making that up. I've never heard anything about the guy.
What do you like about him? Is that what you like about him?
I saw the picture
What
online.
Oh, the size of that dick picture? Yeah, that was his dick, I think.
Yeah.
What do you hate about Poe?
What do I hate about Poe? That his dick is bigger than mine.
You have a dick?
A rubber one.
Do you have a rubber dick?
Hey, it's not about me, it's about him.
Folks, your next comedian used to run a comedy show on this very stage, and I was there one week, and 3 people showed up. And I decided that my best career path would be to be the assistant fry cook here. And he took that experience of having 4 people in the audience and went on to become a public school teacher. So here to come at you with all the comedy force of a school teacher, please welcome Mr. Corey Cohen.
Thank you. I am a teacher. I teach children, small ones. I don't touch them, so don't get into it. No, I haven't performed in front of a room of anybody over like 10 for a while, so I got a tablet. And I know how douchey this is, so just bear with me. Gotta unlock it. You look really good. There's a lot of like shit in this room. It's like a fucking, what is it? There's a curtain there, and the pipes are candy canes. This guy has a fucking pot leaf on his shirt. Just saying hello. It's light up, and you guys can't see it. It's amazing. Everybody's here. It's incredible. But we're here tonight to celebrate the 53rd birthday of one Richard Tamaccio. also known as N.A. Poe, also known as Nicholas Allen Pozinski, aka Dirk Diggler, aka Muhammad Abraham Sadiq, aka Federal Parolee number 57912, and but for me, of course, he will always be Dick. Somebody's got to make that joke. Man, your name's Richard. What can be said about N.A. Poe that hasn't already been said about Che Guevara? He's bearded, he's charismatic, and will ultimately fail in his mission to change the world. Poe is a visionary, albeit a blurry one, who dreams of a world where men and women can come together, preferably on each other's faces. Poe is a leader, a man who has convinced thousands of people online that he's a celebrity, an accomplishment only shared by every person born since 1998. Poe is a true believer. He knows with absolute certainty that 9/11 was an inside job and can provide that proof if you'll just turn around and look over there for a minute. Over there. There's nothing there. I was first introduced to Poe by our mutual friend Chris, who suggested that I meet his insane friend with the cartoonishly large penis. And I wondered at first why Chris knew this, but over the years I've come to understand that to know Poe is to know Poe's penis, and to love Poe is to love Poe's penis. A round of applause from people in the crowd if you've seen Poe's penis. It's less than I thought. I've seen it, that's right. I'm a man who's very happy with his penis. Very happy. Okay? But Poe's penis is like some sort of cartoon rocket ship. It's long and streamlined, and it's so stereotypical that when I saw it, I actually thought I was looking at a dildo. And it was like the illustration that you get in a dictionary of a penis. Like if Poe's penis was, it's so handsome and normal that it could have a sitcom on NBC. No, it's beautiful. All I'm saying is that if Poe's penis were a presidential candidate, it would be Mitt Romney. Now, as of this party, Poe is no longer on federal probation, so congratulations. That takes his list of reasons why nobody would ever hire him down from 124 to just 123, which I still think is very good. Would you like to hear some of the other reasons why Poe will never be hired by anybody, ever? Number 1, he lives under a pseudonym. Number 16, he supports marijuana legalization. Number 58, he has tattoos. Number 74, his association with Steve Miller, a known homosexual and Cleveland Browns fan. Number 92, the reptilian agenda. Number 116, his cartoon penis. It's silly, it's freakish, I've seen it. Number 123, MK Ultra agents have hypnotized him into believing that he's the greatest man alive on the verge of success, only they don't really want him to succeed. And in the end, they will call him on the phone and whisper, fire hose, into the receiver, which will trigger an all-out apeshit machine gun rampage that will end with the assassination of the president and the other decimation of the United States federal government. I mean, I would hire him, but I'm an asshole. Speaking of crazy bullshit, you guys know that our friend Poe is into these conspiracy theories, right? Yeah. Well, can I get a round of applause from those of you in the crowd who believe that 9/11 was an inside job? Fantastic. I have a pamphlet on severe mental retardation in adults that I would love to show you afterwards if you can read it. You know, I remember the day that Poe said to me, I don't think I want to do comedy anymore. I feel like there's a bigger world out there. And I remember I reached out to him and I grabbed his shoulder and I just said, you know, buddy, don't worry. You were never funny anyway. But the world needs people who aren't afraid to stand up and say that marijuana should be legalized because it is a plant that makes you high. It grows itself. It grows itself. The world needs brave men to stare down the park rangers in our streets, to go to different kinds of conventions and ask idiots, why are they so dumb? The world is ready for a man who can stand alone or sit alone on his couch and just masturbate, you know, really masturbate. I said to him, put away your clown nose and your floppy red shorts and your floppy red cock. And put on those revolution sandals and your loose-fitting purple cock pants and go scrape it up, you know? Just remember that if it wasn't for me, none of this would be possible. Now go make me a sandwich. Just like that, I said it. And it's like it was yesterday. I'll leave you guys tonight with this. N.A. Poe is my best friend, and that's fucked up. Thank you. God bless you. Corey Cohen.
And what do you love about N.A. Poe?
His good looks, his witty sense of humor, his incredible Facebook trolling skills. I mean, there's so many wonderful things about Poe. Just can't pick my favorite, man.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
Ooh, he's kind of hairy, And you know what? Everyone else is gonna say it, so I might as well.
Can I ask you what you love about NA Poe?
Fuck you.
What do you hate about NA Poe?
I have cotton mouth. Everyone in the fucking whole place is asking me for a backstage pass, and I was supposed to be able to come here and relax, smoke marijuana, be roasted, have some nice bands playing, have a good time, and I'm a fucking lapdog as usual for everyone.
That no matter how he packages things, that he's trying to craft something that works well for everybody, both to be palatable and that from working as an activist, that everybody can sit well with as well as real life. I mean, that's why I worked as his campaign manager. Nobody else will call you at 1:19 when you're supposed to meet him at 1:30 saying, "Where are you?" Because it's the one time he's been somewhere on time in the past 2 months of any kind of engagement with him. So like as a campaign manager for him, it became a matter of operating almost as a woman with a child in womb. So you don't have to have DNA for your fetus, but it's your umbilical cord and your mouth and your asshole that is taking care of the beginning to end process, right? So it was like that. Much like I'm sure Kennedy's initial people felt when he was still fucking prostitutes.
I love his ability to make people laugh and for how well he can just stand his ground.
And what do you hate about NA Poe?
His huge ego.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next person is brave enough to be a libertarian and also have a podcast. 8 people left by the time I got to the end sound of the word libertarian. No, fuck that. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, my golf buddy, Mike Salvi. Do you get a fucking better round of applause than that? Christ. Thanks, guy. That's right, we gotta go golfing. I just want to share a quick story. It's pretty amazing that, just to change gears a little bit, 4,000 less people are gonna get arrested next year. Because in Philadelphia, we hope. I heard a chuckle. We hope that 4,000 less people are going to get arrested next year because the decriminalization bill was passed in Philadelphia. Clap for it, guys. It's pretty amazing that the reason that happened. Wait a minute. The reason that happened was because. Wow, this is my turn. The reason that happened was because this goofball who has on a fucking Joker robe, when I show up at his house at 4:30 in the afternoon, decided that one day he said, "Let's just go smoke weed in the park." Yeah, that's fucking true, and I'm this close to getting a Batman robe just to show up. Poe, honestly, it's easy to roast you, and I can easily get cheap laughs, but just to get you. It's easy, but honestly, just to get listen, you've done a lot. You've given us a chance to have easy conversations with people. And a perfect example of that is I'm in the bookstore the other day with my 12-year-old daughter, and I look over, and she walks over to the Philadelphia magazine that has on the cover this jar of the most beautiful fucking thing. She comes up to me and her mom and says, "Daddy, Mommy, NA posing this. I read about this weekend at Grandma's house. I read the article. It's fucking awesome. Thank you." That's the only thing you'll ever give my teenage daughter. I love you. Good night. Give it up for a man who doesn't know how a roast works.
He's got the balls to do that what other people don't want to do. A lot of people talk the shit, talk the talk, but they don't want to walk the walk. Poe talks and walks the walk. And I'll tell you what, he had balls. He got up there, and when we saw what happened to him, it filled us with a sense of injustice, and we wanted to rise up and take the city back, and that's what we did. Poe's a great guy. He's funny. I'll tell you, funny story happened. Poe came out to Lancaster County, and he wanted to see where Hempfield Township was. So we took him out. We were showing him an Amish field, and Poe went out there, and he said, "Oh, look, clean, fresh country water." And he got down with both hands. He was just about to take a sip of the cold water, and an Amish farmer came out, and he says, "Drink das Wasser, Nick. Das is nicht so good. The cow's piston." And Poe says, "What the hell? What kind of?" He said, "What the fuck's going on in this, John?" He said, "If you can't speak to me in English or the sacred tongue of my forefathers, Italian, I don't want to hear it." And basically what the Amish guy was saying is, don't drink the water, the cow's piston, it's not so good, it's poisonous. So when he said that to the Amishman said, "Oh," I said, "use both hands, you'll get more." What do I hate about N.A. Poe? Probably his George Washingtonian sense of importance in American history. What I hate about N.A. Poe is he doesn't have the common decency to even give a reach around.
What do you love about N.A. Poe? Tough question, I know.
What do I love about N.A. Poe? I just love N.A. Poe. He's my friend. I love him. I love everything about N.A. Poe.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I hate everything about N.A. Poe. No. What do I hate about N.A. Poe? I hate everything about N.A. Poe.
I love his wit and sense of humor, and I love that watching what happened to him at Smoketown 5 is what majorly got me embarked on this journey that has been absolutely amazing.
And what do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I don't know him well enough to hate him. But
so you're saying once you get to know him?
I could potentially find something at some point, but
Once you get to know him, you'll probably hate him.
probably. That's what I hear.
Okay. What do you love about N.A. Poe?
It's hilarious. Oh, because he loves me.
He loves you?
Yes, he does.
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
He's got the biggest set of balls I've seen.
Okay. What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I'm not a hating person. I'm not a hater. We're not haters. Yeah, pot doesn't make you a hater.
Come on, it's a roast. It's gotta be something.
His beard looks like Robin Williams' knuckles.
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
What I'm doing right now, smoking out in Philly.
He's a great speaker. He knows all his causes right in hand, and he knows nothing about unicorns.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I'm not into hairy dudes.
That he pretty much kind of across the board represents what the people around Philadelphia and also what the active movement related to legalizing marijuana is about, but not being overly in your face.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
Just that he's not excelling or succeeding in a greater sense than he is right now.
His creativity's been stifled by the federal government.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
You know, when Poe wanted me to put this together, he said, by God, Steve Miller, you better go out and get me the greatest comedian in the country. So I went and I found him the greatest homeless comedian in the country. Your next comedian is a man whose named Life's Ugly Money Problem. That's right. Commonly known as Lump. When he's done, you'll know that it actually stands for Laughter's Untimely Mortality Problem. Lump's not first generation homeless. In 1962, in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania, this is true, they opened the first Wawa store. And historically, Lump's grandfather was standing right there, and he said the historic words, "Hey man, spare some change on the way out? God bless you anyway." Ladies and gentlemen, he's charging his phone right now. Please give a warm welcome to Lump.
Clap it up for the gutter faggot mortician right here. Clap it up for this fucking boy over there. I love you, Steven. You know I do. Give it up for your days. They done good so far. Are y'all not paying attention? Y'all not enjoying the fucking roast of N.A. Poe? Should I get fucking started? Let's get started. I'm at N.A. Poe at the fucking Laugh House. That place has been closed since we left. I wanted to roast you. I really fucking did. I really did want to roast you. But you done put me on so much money and so many shows and so many people. I performed for Philly Normal. Philly Normal in the building. Delaware Normal in the building. Alright, I performed for them because of this man right here. He done put me on money. I fix appliances. I am not homeless at the moment, but I could be before the day is out. I'll let you know. Truth be told, N.A. Poe is my nigga. Yo, y'all have a great night. My name is Lump.
He came to the backstage tent and when we moved inside.
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
I've never heard of him before tonight.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
Probably that same thing. That I heard about him all night.
Or when you're done with your smoking your marijuana. What do you love about N.A. Poe?
Well, I love that he is willing to stand up for other people at the risk of arrest for cannabis, which is a worthy cause.
And what do you hate about N.A. Poe?
He's probably a lizard person in disguise.
I like that he's an advocate. I hope he keeps on doing cool stuff.
I hope he's a libertarian.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I'm kind of in the same category, but I probably hate that he doesn't have more time to do this awesome stuff.
No, I don't hate anything about him. Everything that I've seen coming from that guy has been positive.
How about his hairy back? He had a little hair in his back.
I don't know about. There was that one night, but I don't know, man.
What do you love about N.A. Poe? Really? Wow! Really? Come on.
Your next comedian looks like an HIV positive Justin Long. Please clap it up for Steve Slaughter.
That's how it's going to be. Bring it. Thank you very much. I am indeed Steve Slaughter. And I come not to bury Poe, but to praise him. Give a round of applause for this man. He's changed your life, and your life, and your life.
I'm over it too.
Mr. Poe, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told your mother last night. Please don't ruin this by talking. All right. I met Poe when he was doing comedy in Lickety Split and here Underground Arts, Rotten Rouse with Rob Lewis. Are you kidding me? Where I saw you? Poe was a degenerate from the first day I met him. One day he paid me in Bitcoin and it bounced. I didn't know that was possible. Poe's not just a stand-up comedian, by the way. He's also an alchemist. On more than one occasion, I've seen him turn helium to shit. Very true. Then he invites me out to the Smoke Down Prohibition. Have you been to Smoke Down Prohibition? Have you been to the... 420 was one of the greatest days of my life. I get together with hundreds of people. We're all smoking weed. Fantastic day. Then, May, what happens? All the stormtroopers show up. Homeland Security, cops, fish, and wildlife? Proving that once again, yes, even the thought police have an Aquaman on the team. Who knew? There was that tiny little Asian cop, remember him? He would follow you everywhere. Everywhere N.A. Poe showed up, this tiny little Asian cop was there. Is he here today? Is he here? Everybody take a knee for a second. I want to see. Did he make it to the event? Everything you went to, this guy was there. I guess you could say he has N.A. Polean complex. Dude gets thrown in jail 5 days. Why 5 days? Because he ignored the old adage, never do civil disobedience on a Saturday. The courts are closed. The lawyer's not going to be there. Gets thrown in jail. And he was abandoned by the court system, abandoned by the Constitution. And much like buildings that are abandoned, he was soon filled with urban explorers. He was in prison, very true. This Tuesday, Netflix is coming out with the movie based on the train they ran on him. It's called Purple is the New Black. Blow jobs, rim jobs. What didn't he do in prison? What was it? You gave so many blowjobs in prison that the price of a blowjob dropped from 2 cartons of menthols to 1/8 of snooze. You couldn't give them away. Nobody's buying cigarettes anymore because they don't need to get their dick sucked. They don't need to pay. If you had gotten arrested in New York City instead of Philadelphia, Eric Garner would be alive today.
I love the fact that he thinks outside the box.
And what do you hate about him?
Nothing.
What the fuck do I love about N.A. Poe?
Yes.
He's given every narcotics dealer like me an opportunity to make this not just an entrepreneurship, but a business. What do I hate about that motherfucker, man? Is that he gets better bitches than I do. Quote unquote. Nizzo. N.A. Poe. Hey Poe, I fucking love you, dog. And when you become mayor of this godforsaken town we call the Philadelphia, let me tell you something. I will snipe shoot, and destroy a motherfucker for you. Love you, Poe.
Nice.
Happy roast. This motherfucker's on probation until August, but Poe, I hear there's some type of Philly Normal picnic going on in August. Alright? And ooh yeah, I can't wait to smoke the greatest fucking shit that I could ever pull out of my pocket. Ooh yeah. I'm gonna tell you something, brother. I'm gonna fucking have you flying like a monkey and have you too sweet to be sour, cause I'm the leanest, meanest motherfucking team. No, Reggie. Sour power, brother. Ooh yeah. Nizzle.
Nice. What do you love about N.A. Poe?
Lots of weed.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
There's no weed.
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
He's a cocksucker.
No, what? Well, you love him. What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
Right. He's also a cocksucker.
That's it?
Nah, I don't. What do you want me to tell you? I got stories at the end.
He's got a hairy back.
He's got a hairy chest. We can't go into those depths.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next comedian looks like a before picture. Please welcome Brian Fennell.
Oh my God. You're such a piece of shit. There's nothing to say to you. You're an awful person. Oh man, look at these fucking guys. Perlman left something down when he was talking about community college. He went for 8 fucking years. Alex, you're Jewish. You don't need a degree to get a bank job. Jesus. Came in, Poe said, security's kind of tight here. What for what? It's a room full of potheads when you're ready to raid the fridges later? Like, fucking stupid. Lump's here tonight, give it up for Lump. His nickname, we all heard it earlier, stands for Life's Ugly Money Problem. Lump, you're a black guy that lives in North Philly. You don't need a nickname for it. We got it. Oh man. Steve put this roast together. It's about as organized as the Cleveland Browns offensive fucking line. That was awful. I knew. I know, right? I just fucking... Jesus. Yeah, I know. People in meetings here, just listen to him talk, and then you can figure that out for yourself. What else we got? Corey Cohen, they said 3 minutes, not 20. Those polished written jokes. I didn't write any jokes. He's like, you should just do the roast. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, we're not going to tell you who's on. You're going to figure that out when you get there. Oh, man. No, seriously, though, give it up for Poe. He's a great dude. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He looks like Charles Manson. Instead of clinging to the Beatles, he's going with weed. We got to stop him, guys. Someone's going to get murdered. Somebody got murdered already? Somebody just confessed to a murder. You're kidding me. I believe it. Oh. Nah, give it up for Bro, though. Seriously, comment on that guy. He made pot. Do you remember what I said? Yeah! Jesus. He looks miserable as fuck. He's sitting in this chair right now. He's so bugged out because he hasn't smoked in how long has it been?
Like 6 months.
Like 6 months? Fucking wigging out. He's an undercover cop, he's an undercover cop, he's an undercover cop. I mean, your head. Thanks, guys, that was great. Give it up for Poe again.
What don't I love about N.A. Poe? His name is Poe. You know, he's great. He's great. He's fantastic. Well, actually, I really enjoy that he's a political activist and that he kicks ass and does what he has to make the world a better place for all of us.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I fucking hate his face.
Sir, what do you love about N.A. Poe, sir?
There's nothing. I'm here to tell everybody here about how Jesus is totally against marijuana.
What do you
I
hate
hate about N.A. Poe? He is a heathen. Come on. He's a heathen. He's heathenist. He has spread heathenist and all kinds of blasphemy into this city, and I think it's disgusting.
Sir, what do you love about N.A. Poe?
Oh, this is gonna be the shortest video ever made.
His lips.
It's gonna be what do you love about N.A. Poe?
N.A. Poe, I met him one time and he's not a jerk off. Actual, sincere, nice guy, really.
What do you
Doesn't
hate
let it
about
go to his head.
What do you hate about N.A.
He's a
Poe?
fucking asshole. He's a huge asshole.
I love N.A. Poe because he stands by his convictions. He's the best self-hating libertarian city council candidate I have ever seen. Go Poe.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
Nothing.
You gotta hate something.
Nothing.
Come on, say
love him. I love him. I love Poe. Go Poe.
Come on, he's got a hairy back.
Congrats, man.
Come on,
we're proud of you.
His hairy back. What's about N.A. Poe?
What I love about N.A. Poe is that he got marijuana decriminalized while on federal probation.
It's pretty amazing.
And what I hate about N.A. Poe is that he scooped on Kitty before I even met her.
She's way too pretty for him.
She's way too pretty for me, too.
I love Poe because he offered to eat my ass out.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He what? Remember that time when he paytailed me about licking my butt?
That was funny.
It happened.
What do you hate about him?
He's a pussy booch.
No, he's not pussy booch.
No, he's not. I love him.
Do you hate him because he didn't lick your butt?
Yeah, because he lied about it. The fuck is that?
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
He's really handsome.
He's a great musician.
What do you hate about N.A.
He
Poe?
doesn't know who Poe is.
His poetry and his muse.
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
His girlfriend.
And what do you hate about him?
I know. That he shaves sometimes.
What do you love about N.A. Poe?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, he's inside. He's the pothead that just got off federal probation. He can smoke pot tonight.
So what do I not like about him? He's the federal pothead that just got a probation.
That's horrible, dude. You might want to get in trouble again.
Thanks, brother.
Yes. Legalize. Should it be?
Why not? Why?
Because our country is better than that. Our country is better than that.
What do you
think about everything that you can do with yourself? You're way better.
Oh no, we're doing a lot with ourselves.
She probably drinks apple.
Yeah.
It's not only women that resemble Peter Pan. Please welcome Dave Piccolomini.
Oh man, Steve Miller, everyone. He loves Asian dudes so much. Every time I see a chubby Asian dude now, I think the words all day. That's what he said every time. He's like all day, and now that's what they're known as to me. I'm just like, you see that all day over there? My friends don't like that. His voice, Steve Miller has the only voice that makes mine sound tolerable. Your voice is so shitty and raspy, it makes me wonder if Asian dudes come shards of glass. You have to be able to hear yourself. Why do you love singing so much? Oh, too mean. Fuck you guys. It's a roast. Lump's here, guys. Wherever he is. Lump didn't actually, he wasn't booked on this show. He just showed up and was like, yo, can I get a spot? Those were the comedians. But no, Lump, I see great things in your future. You're going to be an amazing homeless comedian. You're going to make more money than all of us doing it. You're going to knock the riddle bum straight off this corner. No, all right. What? Riddle man? Don't talk shit on the riddle. Is that our sacred cow we're keeping tonight? The riddle man? All right. Sydney's not here, so I'm not going to do those jokes. Let's just talk about N.A. Poe. That's why we're all here. Hold on. How many people just showed up because they heard Pot Party? Clap it up. All right, good. Hear that voices. No, N.A. Poe, he is inspired, just a cult of personality. And I'm so proud of him because I wish he would just kill himself like a good cult. I think it is very inspiring you're stuck in the electric chair with this roast. Because that's where eventually you will end up. It's just God, people, the government tried to say N.A. Poe was addicted to pot. Addicted to pot. The only thing N.A. Poe is addicted to is hearing his own goddamn name. Man, I loved it though, because he told me earlier today, he's like, you know what, I think I'm going to try and be more humble, and I laughed in his face. I was like, oh, do I get to record that? He's like, no, please don't tell anyone that. Sorry. No, N.A. Poe, you're a stand-up comic. No, N.A. Poe is a celebrity the way hot dogs are food. No, N.A. Poe, you're funny. No, the funniest thing inside N.A. Poe right now is Steve Miller's cum. No, I love you so much. You gave me like opportunities to do comedy when no one should have, and I appreciate you so goddamn much for that. Thank you guys. Let's bring in Steve Miller back out.
What do you love about N.A. Poe as you're smoking your
Now
vape
you're on
press?
camera. You could be a YouTube video.
Everything. I love N.A. Poe. He's the man.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
I can't think of anything.
Come on, it's gotta be something.
Don't shoot, I'm a white guy.
He's got a hairy back.
Nah, he's a cool motherfucker, dude. I really can't think of anything bad to say about the dude.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
Everybody's a dick now, dude.
So what do you love about N.A. Poe?
What's there not to love? I mean, you know, he's helping with the decriminalization bill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all to say there.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
Like I said, everybody's a dick once in a while. So I've never seen him be a dick, but, you know, I know he can do it.
N.A. Poe?
Yeah.
You know, so the day that all the shit went down while he's on probation and whatnot, like I was going to that smoke down.
You were there?
I was on my way there and I rode by, but it was kind of rainy. You know what I mean? And I was like, it's kind of rainy. I was like, do I really feel like standing outside? And then it was like gated, and I was like, that makes me feel uncomfortable when I saw it. And what I like about Poe is he still had the cojones, if you will, to be out there like, man, fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean? And you know, like it's one of the small regrets in my life. I was like, I should have just stood out there in the rain. But my man N.A. Poe was out there in the rain and shit, getting harassed by the pigs, man. Standing in for the, you know what I mean, for the good fight and shit, and then here we are now. We've been seeing progress. So, you know what I mean. As far as I'm concerned, he was an integral part of the progress towards this movement in Philadelphia. So, I mean, big ups to N.A. Poe.
What do you hate about N.A. Poe?
He's white. He has a beard and shit. No, I don't know anything. I don't know him personally. You know what I mean?
He's pretty hairy.
Yeah, he looks like a hairy guy. It looks like under that shirt there might be a little tuft, some tuft. But
can I ask you what you love about N.A. Poe?
Oh, see, I'm here to support him, but definitely he stands for a good cause. I love it. Definitely, I'm a nurse, so.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm a nurse, so I definitely support it. Definitely support it.
Well, what do you hate about him?
Yeah. See previous dreadlock man.
What he said.
Exactly.
I will be your final roaster this evening, and I prepared my remarks in advance. Nicky Allen Poe was born Richard Mario Rocco Salvatore D'Angelo Tomaggio in 1979. 3 years later, Mark Zuckerberg was born, giving Poe's life a purpose. Poe's mother took him home, put him in a crib, and he said, there's no way she can put me behind these bars, man. I'm going to take this experience and it's going to make me famous. When he was 3, he led the other toddlers on shit-down Prohibition. Get me out of these diapers. I first met Poe in 2011 through a comedian named Rick Robotin. Meeting comedians through Rick Robotin is like getting your cooking advice from Jeffrey Dahmer. When Poe met me, he asked me, why do you have 2 Millers in your last name? I said, in case I have to use one to murder a worthless fucking wop who wastes a bunch of my time over the next 3 years. Shortly after that night, Poe invited me to Occupy. I said yes because I love doing other people's drugs in moldy tents. It was at Occupy that Poe decided he was put on Earth to convince lawmakers to remake the world to his personal preferences. And at Occupy, the occupiers listened to his arguments and replied with a resounding, hey man, you got an extra cigarette? Occupy ended, everyone said, hey man, did a real job, as if Occupy was great occupational training. What are your marketable skills? Oh, I know where to find a good wood pallet to put my tent on. You're hired. Occupy ended, Poe quickly set about building a major media corporation. He did this by making great hires like hiring me to be his head writer, hiring Kyle Prouty, who's currently working being homeless in New Jersey, and hiring Steve Venus, who's busy with schizophrenia leaving the country. With this crack team assembled, the Panic Hour became #1 in the industry of comedy activism. The industry of comedy activism. Couple problems with this. One, there's no such thing as comedy activism. Two, even if there were, there would be no way to make money off of it, because three, there's nothing activists hate more than laughter, and there's nothing comedians hate more than activism.
It's a long setup for that.
Well, here's the thing though. If you're an activist and you hate laughter, I would see why you would be my favorite comedian. In late 2012, Poe decided that his corporation should be involved in smoked down prohibition. Ladies and gentlemen, who is that smoked down prohibition? Raise your handcuff scars. Abducted by fish, gaming, and wildlife. A lot of people don't know this, but Poe didn't set out to be a comedian at first. He set out to be an actor, but he kept on missing auditions because he was sitting at home making a list of all the people he was going to tell to fuck themselves in his speech at the Oscars. You know what, hey Poe, we joke up here, but you've really done a lot for yourself. And I don't know anybody who says their own name more, or who puts out a press release quicker when he takes a shit. And hey Poe, you're an inspiration to many of yourself. And I know that you're going to go out there and you're going to keep fighting. And you're like a brother to me if I were from a family of godless fucking Delco wops. And I love you. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man of the hour, N.A. Poe.
Alright, well let's make the rest of the party about having a good time and watching some great bands. It's fucking really nice to be back and be able to do drugs and shit. And that's the truth. And
yeah! You didn't fucking go anywhere.
I know. I've been like a crappy asshole a lot this year.
It's because he hasn't had his phone in 10 minutes.
You know, I don't know. It's nice to fucking hang out with everyone, and I want to hang out with everyone. And if I was famous, I wouldn't have these fucking no-name jagoffs back here talking shit on me, because I've never seen you in the fucking press.
I thought my set was bad.
So we're gonna take some time, and there's some big food truck out there. You should go get some food. They fucking made up a job for me to have to a probation officer to stay on my ass, so buy a fucking pork sandwich from them or something.
Poe from air!
Yeah. So, everyone will get stoned, have a good time, and Galvin is going to be on in like 15 minutes, and then Toxic Boxy came all the way up from Virginia. They're fucking a lot of fun to loosen up and dance to. So fucking hang out and have a good time. Then we have Sets of Motion headlining, which are my favorite people that use blowtorches professionally for a living. But fucking hey, thank you very much everyone. Just have some fun, alright?
Every 42 seconds, someone in this country is arrested for marijuana.